Welcome, everybody. Here we are with another exciting episode of Mining Now. We are live at our booth here at Mine Expo 2024 in Las Vegas, and we are joined with an exciting guest today at Dassault Systèmes. We're joined with Anthony Jacobs, the Product Development Manager, Director.
Product Management Director.
Product Management Director.
You got it.
Right. We only rehearsed it 10 times, and now here we are. No, that's great. It's a good way to break the ice. So we can see all the excitement that's happening here around us, and you can tell that there's no shortage in innovation and things that people are bringing to the mining space, which also adds a lot of complexity. So maybe what we'll do is we'll bring the audience up to speed of what's been going on at Dassault and what's exciting in your world today.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's an exciting event. Happens every 4 years, like the Olympics. So it's always great coming to Mine Expo. It's an interesting place where you get all kinds of miners, all kinds of operators. The whole supply chain's here, so everyone's pretty relaxed because it's in Vegas, and conversations flow. Everyone seems pretty open, and it's been great so far. We've had loads of good conversations. It's been great walking the floor, seeing what's happening.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And one of the things that we talked about before was that, technology is constantly on the rise, the change, we also have to adapt. And so for people that are familiar with Dassault, they might be learning a few more things today. And for people that are not familiar, what can we talk about as to what the current state of Dassault is in contrast to what's been going on over the past several years?
Sure. So Dassault Systems, for those who don't know, we're a French-based company. Technology company, about 30,000 people now. We serve loads of industries. It started out in automotive and aerospace, and then now progressively grown into infrastructure, life sciences. And then back in 2012, Gemcom was acquired and became GEOVIA, so we're one of the brands inside of Dassault Systems. The mission of GEOVIA is quite a big one. It's to model the sustainable planet, so it's right out there. And then inside of that, we're really focused at delivering solutions today for geoscientists, for mining engineers, and then also geospatial solutions as well. So connecting the dots between both the built environment and the natural environment.
Okay. I mean, just a little challenge.
Yeah. We set the big goal, right? And then we inch our way there.
Yeah. And I mean, coming from the mining, within my realm of knowledge within the mining space as all, logistics is everything. And when we look about the mine design plan and the overall expectancy of either the startup project or the transition into operations, I mean, there's no shortage of moving parts. Yeah. And even looking around here, I mean, you're looking at 400-ton trucks and the big shovels and so on. And with the demand on the space, there's more and more of those vehicles now with autonomous vehicles and so on. So what has Dassault been up to take on that challenge and more specifically bridging the gap between the mine design and planning and execution?
So speaking to a lot of mining engineers that have been here, mine planners that have come by, there tends to be a group of common challenges and pain points that they have. Like you mentioned, it's an evolving climate. Equipment's getting bigger, equipment's getting electric. The mine's becoming electrified, and it's opening up new ways of thinking to some extent, and rethinking, if you like, from mine planners and mine designs on how they cater for this new world. And so where we're focused is with our new solutions on the 3D Experience platform is really kind of upstream first. So really, when you've got these existing sites that you're trying to retrofit, or you've got a brand new operation, how do you design for the future? How do you design thinking about how you're going to cater for these electric suite of vehicles, and then also plan for the future, bring sustainability factors. How do you going to reclaim while you go? Things like that. So these are the kind of things we're focused on, and trying to help mine planners and mining engineers achieve that.
Let's talk about our Heavy Industry World Tour brought to you by Savona Equipment. Find, market, and sell surplus and used equipment. And FogMaker. Protect lives and vehicles with FogMaker fire suppression systems, because safety can never be a compromise. We are heading to events across North America and Australia and filming episodes on location. Email us at info@crownsman.com to be part of Crownsman's Heavy Industry World Tour. Austin Powder uses Paradigm to meet customer requirements and enhance blast efficiency and production. Paradigm offers several advanced features, including fragmentation modeling, PPV and PVS reduction, charging and timing analysis, fly rock prediction, energy distribution, 3D blast modeling, muck pile footprint prediction, and overpressure prediction. With these innovative tools and state-of-the-art software, Austin Powder provides comprehensive blast analysis and optimization. Explore more about Austin Powder and cutting-edge products at austinpowder.com. Is your screen struggling to keep up with your throughput goals? General Kinematics STM Screen is changing the way mines think about their screening process. The lowest cost of ownership in a vibrating screen package comes from General Kinematics. GK's technology is proven to last longer than standard mining screens. They match longevity with increased screening efficiency to create the reliable performance mine sites demand. To explore all of what General Kinematics has to offer, visit gkmining.com. Nordlock Group, a global expert in bolting and engineering solutions, offers technologies for the challenging environments of the mining industry. Their products help to increase safety and lower costly downtime for machinery such as rope shovels, haul trucks, and drills. Discover their comprehensive portfolio, including Nordlock wedge locking washers for superior vibration resistance, the expander system for pivot pins with robust durability, Superbolt strut kits for precise alignment and maintenance ease, and bolt-tight hydraulic tensioners for reliable bolt tightening in confined radial spaces. Visit nord-lock.com to learn more.
Yeah, and I mean, today, everything is around the sustainability part, right? Because the demand on the sector is massive. The electrification of the world has created a mountain that we all have to overcome, and it's going to take a lot of collaboration to get there. So what does that look like for you guys as far from a collaborative space to build in that sustainability at a mine site within your range of products, and what have you learned over the past couple of years from an innovation standpoint?
Yeah, I think there's a number of factors to that. I think overall, from a mine planning standpoint in particular, it's not enough just to plan on value now, on NPV, trying to get the most money out of the ground. You really have to consider all of the environmental impacts and start to bring that into your mine plan. So you've got a lot of factors you've got to deal with, a lot of sensitivities to your project. So you've got to kind of rethink the way you go about that planning process. And what it's doing is bringing a lot more stakeholders into the planning process and the design process. And so one of the main pain points that we've had is, or people have been telling us, is that they've got challenges in collaborating with all those groups in a common environment. And then the other part is there's a lot of data. There's a lot of data coming from the operations. There's a lot of data coming from a lot of departments. And how do you consolidate that and start to bring everyone in and have a say in part of the process? So we have a collaborative first platform, and it's really about bringing all these different stakeholders in. So that's kind of the baseline, if you like, the framework of what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And that's one critical part that I've heard loud and clear at many mining functions as well, is that we've done a pretty good job at transitioning from, paper copy and things that are kind of siloed in different boxes to now collecting more data than we've ever collected in the history of mining at the same time and in real time.
Yeah.
So what have you guys been up to as far as like making sure that all this information that's coming from everywhere, whether it's sensors, IoT, human inputted data, automated data, what does that look like within your environments?
Yeah, so there's a couple, I guess, fundamental bricks, if you like, towards that. So one thing, we're really focused on the cloud. Traditionally, we've had desktop solutions, and you'd be managing data on local hard drives or centralized hard drives. And so moving to the cloud has opened up that possibility first. Then the second one, we kind of had a clean sheet, if you like, with our platform. The platform is widely used in many industries, so that we take a lot of learnings from different industries. But what it's given us as well is a real structure to get good data models as the baseline. So whenever we've got this data coming from wherever it may come from, that we can really clean that data, we can structure it, we can give meaning to it. And once you do that, you open up a whole new range of possibilities with planning and design.
Mm-hmm. Well, the data quality is critical,
Yep.
right? I mean, it doesn't take very much of a variance in the information to completely shift your decision-making ability. And that's what there's been a challenge with AI and ML as well. Is it, we tend to hear a lot about AI and ML, but the fact that it's a robust and complex framework, but also very volatile. It can be very volatile depending on how clean the data is.
Yeah, very much so. And I think our approach to AI is generative AI is really looking at how do we put it in an industrial context? How do we actually do something really useful with it? And not just use AI for the sake of using AI. It's just another tool in your toolkit, right? So trying to find those areas where we can really enhance processes with AI and so on. So we're at the start of that journey, the AI journey. I think everyone is really. So we're learning as we go and trying to find the right use cases and pain points to tackle with it.
No, exact. I mean, your AI engine is only as good as the human inputted data, right?
Well,
I mean,
exactly, and the validation of it, right? And I think that's the main thing.
exact. So as far as what sets you guys apart right now, I mean, it's a competitive landscape. There's all kinds of moving parts in the sector, and there's no shortage of new mines starting up and old mines being restarted up and things like that. What would you say is your biggest factor that's you bring to the table that people decide we're choosing Dassault because of this?
SafeGauge specializes in innovative safety solutions, ensuring precision and reliability when conducting routine heavy vehicle maintenance. Their award-winning Safe Test range ensures workplace safety and efficiency. Their technology allows live testing to be completed up to 100 meters away, removing technicians from the line of fire and eliminating live work. SafeGauge, work smart, stay safe. Visit safegauge.com today. Techway designs, manufactures, and services high-quality industrial scales and feeders. For over 50 years, processors of everything from French fries to frac sand have counted on Techway to provide the most durable, accurate, and reliable in-motion feeding, weighing, and metering equipment for their dried material handling needs. They specialize in providing tailored solutions that endure the test of time and material. Techway's quality line of products are proudly made in the USA. Learn more at techway.com. CIM is Canada's leading technical institute dedicated to the sustainability of our industry. Members enjoy professional growth opportunities through CIM libraries, publications, webinars, societies, and the job board. Experience the CIM community firsthand at the Conference of Metallurgists, August 19th to 22nd, ICARD, September 16th to 20th, and the CIM Health and Safety Conference, October 6th to 8th. Visit CIM.org for more information and join CIM today.
Well, specifically on mine planning and design, we probably have two things. If I look at the mine planning, what we've taken and learned from other industries is that it's not enough just to do modeling. And so we're really looking at combining modeling and simulation together. So when you're running a mine plan, traditionally over the years, you do one, maybe two, and then you kind of stick with that plan and make it work. And yeah, you may have a few opportunities to refresh that, but I don't think that's enough now. And there's a lot of sensitivities in projects, a lot of variables, a lot of things that can really derail you. So our approach on this is really to enhance our scheduling engine, our optimization engines, which really, improves the value of a project, but can consider things like sustainability. And then over top of that, we put simulation. So we work in a kind of design of experiments approach where we look at all of the sensitivities in a project. It could be geoscience risks. It could be the resource model itself. It could be commodity price. It could be any sustainability factors. How do we actually tweak all of those or give a range of values? And with compute power on the cloud, we can build like 1,000 scenarios, hundreds of thousands of scenarios, and just run it off, right? So what would have either not been possible, too complex a problem, or would have taken, weeks, months to run. Now with cloud compute and so on, you can, plug it in overnight, come back next day, and you've got 1,000 scenarios. And we've got tools then that can help you pick the 3, 4, 5 that are going to allow you to make better decisions or more robust decisions. So now you have 5 very good plans.
Right.
But you've run 1,000 to get to those 5.
Right.
And then you've got a bit of flexibility in where you go.
It's those digital twin simulations, right?
Yeah, and that just wasn't really possible a few years back, and that's been a real leap forward, and we've got a lot of bricks in our stable to be able to deal with that. And then I think the second one is really around the planning and design process together. So mining engineers, mine designers today, if you do find something that goes wrong, you've got an area you can't mine, or you've got to do a reevaluation because you've got a new resource model. That can be a real manual process to go and regenerate your mine design from scratch. That can take a number of engineers, weeks, And everyone's time poor, right? Everyone's in a high pressure environment.
Right.
So how do we take a lot of those manual automated tasks out of mining engineers' lives so they can spend time more evaluating those designs, validating them, or just spending more time in the field? So we have two concepts for this. One is parametric design to start with, and the second one is really about associativity. So by parameterizing everything, we're giving meaning, but we're capturing the knowledge and know-how of the engineer. So we're capturing all of their inputs, their thinking when they were designing, so that when you got this change or whatever, all of that's already taken care of. You can just regenerate it using the same data or the same inputs. And, if people leave your company or they move on, which happens a lot, you're capturing some of that or retaining a lot of that knowledge for the new engineers that come in. And then the associativity is how do you link that plan to the design? So if, for example, we've designed some pit shells, we're happy that we've got an optimized outline of what it could be, but then that changes. Well, now the whole shape of this thing's changed, so now I've got to go and do the redesign again. So what we do is we connect that design to the plan, we connect the ramp to the design, and so on. And so once you make one of these changes, the system knows it, understands it, trigger, and the user can go and say, all right, I'm going to go and trigger this update, and it'll automatically generate it. So then there's still some user input to do some tweaks or so on, but they're only doing tweaks. They're not completely designed from scratch.
Yeah, because I mean, relatively, you could be one drill program away from a total redesign, right?
And it happens a lot,
Yeah.
And that's a big shift. That's weeks of work for multiple engineers down to a day,
right?
Or even hours in some cases, right? And that's a huge shift.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's amazing. And I think that what's happening too is that, and maybe we can unpack this from a service model perspective of what separates your company in general is it's not enough to offer a software anymore.
No.
Right? Like it used to be a day where, I'll buy a software off a shelf and then install it on my computer and it's going to do all these things for me. But as the complexities have increased over the years and the technology has advanced over the years, we have a lot more ability for consulting and services to be part of the product you offer. So are you able to expand on that a little bit too, as far as the Dassault difference on that perspective? Because I'm sure a lot of people that are listening in are saying, sounds fancy. There's a lot of information flowing around everywhere. I'm not that sophisticated in my plan yet. How do I even get started with this?
Yeah, so I guess traditionally it's always been you provide some training or we do a bunch of consulting on the side and give you a result at the end of it. And I think that is now a lot more integrated with the actual software as a service model. And the approach we tend to take now is we want to engage on your pain points and your value and see where we can add value. Because, adding software and services completely from the off on a brand new mine site is generally a lot easier than trying to retrofit when you've got a lot of systems in place. And so it's really trying to focus on those key areas where we can provide value, try and help you with your pain points. And then that comes with a services approach there, right? So how do we bring in our technical expertise? We have a lot of mining engineers, a lot of geologists in the team, but also with high levels of skill in the software to try and help you figure out your problems, prototype work with you, do outcome-based services if it's required, but make sure that, we're working with the client's data on their problems and then leaving them in a good place that then they can go and carry on and use the software themselves.
Very good. And we didn't touch on this at all before, but it's coming to mind. I mean, with all these inputs coming from everywhere, what is the difference with what you're offering to be able to have a collaborative atmosphere amongst multiple integrated solutions? I mean, every mine site that I talk to has like a list like this long of systems they're using, and they have that challenge of putting this all together into meaningful thought for sustainability of the property.
So I think that the unique thing that the 3D Experience platform has is that, and this is proven in many industries, we have a lot of clients using it, your Toyotas, your Boeings, like big companies running their business using the 3D Experience platform. And they're using a whole load of connected systems too. So I think that the main thing here is the fact that, we don't need to go and play in all of those places. What it really does is give you an overall platform where you can put some governance in, you can put some access control, version control on your data, make sure each department's talking to each other, but virtually talking to each other too, with an audit trail, making sure the right people get the right data at the right time. So whether that data comes from another system, whether it comes from our system, it's a good place to start, because what you're first doing is really improving your processes. So you get your processes right, and then if you want to use our tools and that we have on top of that, because you've got specific pains and we think we can help you, then we go vertically from there. But first of all, it's around bringing multiple departments together.
Right. Let's get good at collecting data, and then let's get good at getting good data.
Exactly.
And then you get to the point where real breakthroughs occur. So
Yeah.
So for things that are coming up with Dassault Systems and what the future looks like with all of these fast moving paces, what can people expect from you guys over the next couple of years?
So moving forward, we're very busy at the moment. So obviously, I talked about some of the mine planning and design. We're continuing to do that both in surface and underground. Then as we advance there a little bit more into the operational scheduling place too. Upstream of that, we're really connecting, working on our resource modeling solutions on the 3D Experience platform. We've got a geology modeling solution already there, so we're starting to connect the departments across. And then we're really focused as well on the geospatial component. So a lot of the time, a lot of the projects can have a lot of bricks and they cover a lot of space, right? Or a company wants to get a holistic view of all of their operations.
Right.
So we're really putting this layer over top, which is a kind of geospatial view, if you like. So wherever your data is, it's properly geolocated in the right place, so you can get oversight and governance over your whole projects. So
Right.
those are kind of the directions of travel for us at the moment.
No, very good. I mean, we know there's no shortage of silos, right? So we got to get all these moving parts.
Loads of silos, fast-moving technology, and bringing it all together is
Exactly.
fun, but it's busy.
So as far as like, something that we can leave the audience with as far as a challenge that we want to put out there to either, if you're already one of our customers, you may not know X, or if you haven't heard from us and you would like to learn more, you want to put the audience to a challenge to reach out to you, what would you like to invite our audience to take part of?
Yeah, simply engage with us, right? We've got a lot of solutions. We've got a lot of tools in our toolkit, if you like. So, and we've been really focused over the last 4 or 5 years on bringing these new solutions to market, and they're ready to go. And we want to engage with clients and put them to work on their projects.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they want to hear. Let's put on more work. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's different work, right? So
Yep.
you put on a little bit more work at the front end to be able to get things settled up, and then you're able to recoup and recover a lot of time on the back end without having to do all the shuffling.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if we can take your design cycles down from weeks to days,
Exactly.
you're getting that back.
You can start doing other things with your
There
time.
you go.
That's very good. No, hey, I appreciate you unpacking Dassault Systems for everyone today, and bringing everybody up to speed as to what's coming up and what's exciting. And I will second that motion. I mean, if you haven't started your data journey, start today, right? And more specifically, get to the point where we can start getting really clean data, and reach out to Dassault. They've got a range of products and services offerings to help you be successful and to really win the day within your mining space. So you'll be able to get a hold of Dassault with the links that we're going to put below the video, either to reach out to Anthony directly or to go to the Dassault Systems website so that you can get more information. But yeah, if you want to take on the challenge of creating the mine site of the future, and bring on the other technologies that we're seeing here at this show, it's amazing. It's
a lot going
amazing. I mean, you're walking by these equipment that you feel like you're no bigger than the lug nut on on the wheel. So there's no shortage of scalability issues and sustainability issues, and Dassau's here to help you out. So did I summarize that okay?
Absolutely perfect.
Right on. So thanks for joining us today, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the information that we uncovered and how we unpacked what Dassault Systems can do for you. And we invite you to offer your comments and feedback, and please follow the links below and reach out and see what's new and exciting and what's possible, starting at the first step.